Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another show of Harmonics. Today's guest, what I think, is one of the great drummers in California, but also the world, Dennis Shafer. Dennis, it's a pleasure to see you today, brother.
Thank you, my brother.
Man,
Happy
it's
to be
good.
here.
Oh, it's so great to see you, man. I'm going to talk about your life, if that's okay with you.
Sure.
And you've been in a lot of different bands.
Yes.
I know that. But how did it all start for you to be a drummer?
Well, honestly, I remember that day like it was yesterday. I was living on Mockingbird Lane in Hayward. I was 5 years old. It was 1964.
Wow.
And I had my sister's little square transistor radio, and we were in the backyard of my neighbor's house listening to the Beatles. I Want to Hold Your Hand, and She Loves You, Yeah, Yeah, Yeah. And those were just coming out, and they was like so fresh to the American people.
Absolutely.
It caught me at the age of 5 right there. I knew I wanted to play drums then.
Seriously, was it because of Ringo or just the sound?
The sound, the music itself, it was what brought it.
That's interesting because there's a lot of people that have come on the show has said the Beatles were the ones that actually made it all happen for them in their life also. So when you were 5 years old, when did you start elevating to get your first drum set?
I was 10 years old.
Wow.
And my
You were in a
mom,
lot
my
of
mom bought me a
fives.
set, and she was a single mother at the time. And bless her heart, but she didn't understand what a shell pack was. She brought me a shell pack. It consisted of a bass drum, a ride tom, a snare, and a seat, and that's it.
That was it.
There's no foot pedal, there's no hi-hat, no cymbal, there's no way to play nothing. So I had it for 3-4 years. I set it up on my room and I pound on them a little bit. I never got the money or the equipment to make it a real set. But then when I turned 16 on my 16th birthday, I bought a set off a friend's brother for $50 and had everything.
A set of drums.
Complete set. A complete set, and I combined them all together, and I had this mismatch, but I had a complete drum set.
Right.
And in between the age of 10 and 16, I've got 3 older sisters, and they all have their own genres of music. My oldest sister was 50s, 60s doo-wop.
Okay.
Then the next sister was into Jimi Hendrix and Alvin Lee and Janis
nice.
Joplin.
Right.
And then the youngest sister, which is still older than me, now she was into Jim Croce and the softer rock. So I got to grow up listening to all those different genres.
you
of music. That was helping mold me to be open for all these different genres, to be able to play different drums.
Right.
And then my oldest sister had a band come over, and I think I was about 12 years old. Like I said, single mom, and she let my sister do whatever. And they brought a rock band. They played in my sunken rumpus, and they used to practice there. And they used to collaborate all these different songs from 50s, 60s, to 70s. And the drummer says, well, hey, we're going to practice tomorrow night. Your mom wants me to take the drums out of the rumpus room. Can I store them in your room? I go, only if you set them up. He goes, oh, no problem. So when I was actually 12, I got to sit on a real set. And as soon as I sat on it, I was just able to play a beat. It wasn't nothing fancy. I had no drum fills, no flair, no nothing. But I was able to sit and play a beat as soon as I sat on that set at 12. So now I knew I had to get something going. It still took 3-4 years before I had a full set. And then from 16 on, that's when I met your friend and mine, Johnny Perillo. Bless his heart.
God bless him, man.
Bless his heart.
That's really amazing.
You know, he was 15, I was 16, and Dana Castle introduced us. Dana went to Hayward High with Johnny, and I was at Sunset.
Wow.
And once we got together, that was it. We were like Eddie and Alex Van Halen. We wrote so much music together.
Oh, you sure did. You sure did.
When I was looking for those pictures I brought you, I was finding stacks and stacks that I have my own personal collection in a box. And I keep it sealed, and I was going through it trying to find a couple of me and Cliff and Trauma. And I was just finding so many hundreds of pictures of Johnny. I think I got a picture of you with Johnny, too.
Yes, we do. Somewhere. Yeah, I remember that. So that was your first band. What was the name of the band? I remember you guys were in KnightWing.
Before KnightWing, actually, it was Magnum.
Magnum, right.
With Mick Jones on vocals, Dave Horton and Dave Horton and Ken Younger.
Yeah, and then
they were looking for a drummer. And I met the one guitar player through Tim Damrell, a friend of mine, and he said, come check it out. So I called the guy to set up an audition. Hey, you mind if I bring a buddy of mine? He plays guitar too. That was Johnny. And so we actually joined our first band together. We became Magnum. We were the power half of Magnum. And that's where it started for us. Mick Jones was a hell of an MC, and he got us. He used to MC the Battle of the Bands here.
Oh, of course. He came. He was on my show. He's been on my shows, So I mean, he's just Mick is just a great guy.
I believe he still works for Bill Graham
Oh, I think. Oh, no, he just retired.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, we talked about that,
Wow.
and he just retired. He in himself is a book.
Yes.
You know what I mean? From being from MC to I remember when I was a judge, he sang because something was going on with the bands. You know how you had to hurry up and get it ready. He sang solo, "Stairway to Heaven."
Wow.
And it was so cool that,
Wow.
and I was like, and I
like
even
that
told
one.
him that. I even told him that afterwards. And then a couple of years later, I talked to him again, and I just seen him about a year. Just a great guy, man. We talk back and forth. But so when I really met you guys were just in, I think you had on A Street, I think you had a small little place where you guys used to practice at. And it was in Night Ranger, right down the street from here, right? Or not Ranger.
Y&T?
Y&T was there, but no.
That was West Winton.
Yeah, you guys were on Winton. You guys had a little place right there, right?
Yes, a little warehouse.
And I was doing some work down there, and all of a sudden this guy goes, "Hey, man, you're a rock musician, right?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "I've heard of you, man." He goes, "Is this your band?" And I go, "Dude, no, this is not, no." So, no, I'm talking about, I have the lock. And could you go in? You want to go in? And I go, "Sure, but it's not really my." He goes, "No, I just want you to see it." And it was you guys, was not KnightWing. He goes, and I said, "Oh, these guys." And then months later, or maybe a couple of years after that, I ran into Johnny Perello. And he goes, "You sing, huh?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I go, he goes, "I live right over here on Redwood Road." I said, "I live right up on Baton Way." He goes,
Yep.
"You want to start a band?" And that's how I met you. And then we played a few gigs, and then I don't know, Ron, Johnny went through when that blonde came, that was a whole different ball game,
boy. That's a whole different life.
The whole different life. So when you were playing and doing what you were doing, right? What was the first set that you really had that you knew that was professional? Because you had a great set before, and I love watching you play.
I bought a used Rogers set off of a girl named Christy Nalick. She was a female drummer that used to play the same time Magnum was. I forgot their name now, but she was one heck of a drummer. Mm-hmm. And I bought her used set. She went out and bought this Gretsch, double bass, all rosewood Gretsch. I go, damn, I'd rather have that. So I played that in Magnum.
Of course you would.
Actually, I played that in Magnum and actually made it into NightWing for a little while. Mm-hmm. I ended up selling it to Mick Jones's little brother, Mark Weaver. Oh, and he still plays it.
Is he in a band?
With him on Facebook. He still plays it today.
Is he in a band now, or?
I think so. I think he plays in a couple of different venues, but where's he at? In Georgia? He's out in Georgia somewhere, Carolina, but he's still playing. And Esther talks to him all the time on Facebook. Mm-hmm. But the real set was a set that my mother had to back me on. I designed a set when I was 17 years old. Me and Johnny went to Dahmer's Music City.
Wow. That's
and I
a name
designed
too.
it, and I was a young kid. I didn't know, and that's the actual set that you see on the Trauma pictures with the big 26-inch bass drums. But when you're young, you can play like this. Now I get a 2-to-1 pedal, and I'm just a little tighter.
Of course, yeah.
But those drums were Cannons. I designed it, and it back in those days, 77 was about $3,500.
Wow.
I had layers and layers of cymbals. I had that big Chinese gong behind me, but I still have that set.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
How many sets do you have?
3.
Wow. Are they still all ready to go, or you just have some of them are packed
They're
away?
ready to go.
Wow.
One's an electronic setup, Roland, and the other one is the original set that I had in Trauma, but I converted it to a single bass drum, a deeper and smaller for tone and less space, and I recovered the drums with green because the black was a varnish and they got all hacked up. And I had played that stuff for 25, 30 years. It's been through a lot. I've been to LA and back a few times.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
yeah, and that'll take a beating. But yeah, that's my favorite. Then I bought another little DW PDP DW set that sounds really great, and that's what I played in Sugar Sticks.
Wow.
But my green set, that's the monster that I still go out, and if I have the room, like if I ever did Cliff Burton Day again, that would be the drum set I bring, because it's got this big old rack that goes around it. Everything bolts on the rack, and it's just huge.
It's easier.
But it takes a lot of room.
Oh, I see.
So, but my other sets take up a lot less space, and they sound as good.
Oh yeah, bro. You're such a pro at what you do and your sound and how you look, and when you're playing, you're like a muscle man to me. I look at you when I'm, hearing you and playing and seeing you play with other bands and stuff like that. You're the one. You're just a great drummer, man. You're just you're just doing, man. Oh, bro. I play with my brother plays, man, and he knows who you are, and you know, my brother's a great drummer and all that, but you're really so unique at what you do and how you do it and how you remind me of my brother. You and my brother met, you guys would probably be just racking it away together. I always wanted to see two drummers play together anyhow. You know, strong drummers, guys that really hit hard.
Right.
Okay, so I'm looking at that T-shirt for the last 5 minutes. This T-shirt of Cliff Burton. How did that all become for you with the T-shirt? How did, and you know, his death, and was really sad.
Well, how did he become?
Of that with you guys.
We were looking for a bass player. George and Mike have always been tight, and then I joined the picture, and then we found Donnie, because I think Cliff's sister used to date Donnie way back in the day before Donnie became our singer, and that's how we met him. Connie and Donnie, yes.
Yeah.
And Donnie was he's selling insurance. That's how we met him. But then we heard he was in a band called The Front, back before Trauma. And then so he joined the band, and you know, we were going to parties. We ended up going to a party somewhere up in the, I think I remember in the Hayward Hills, up B or D or one of them up there by that park somewhere. Went to some parties up there, and that's the first time I met Cliff. And I thought, this guy's radical, man. You know, that whipping his hair, I could barely even get a look of his face. Until he stopped.
Because his hair.
Yeah, because whipping that hair around, you know.
Yeah.
But
I wonder how he did that.
That was his trademark.
I know. How he could do that.
I don't know.
I hurt myself.
Well, his memory on his instrument was so good. He didn't have to look. You know, a lot of guys, you know, they change the key or something, they looked for a second.
Right. Not him.
He just had mastered that Rickenbacker, that famous Rickenbacker. He's mastered it to where you couldn't master it no more. And so everything else was just wild. And I think we played with them once or twice, and then I was actually playing with Johnny when I was playing with Mike and George. And Mike said, they're going to shoot a video in Los Angeles. This guy's got this money. His mother owns a house out there, a realtor. We just bring a pillow and a sleeping bag. We stay in the house for free. It's got a pool. And we're going to shoot a video at CBS Soundstage Productions or something like that. And he goes, all expenses paid.
Right.
And so I told Johnny and Rob at the time, I say, hey, I gotta check this out. I gotta go make this video.
Right.
I go, but don't pan out. I'll come back knocking on your door. Don't worry. But if it pans out, you know, I got to see where it goes.
Right.
And yeah, that took off. I mean, the video was never popular because we had Ozzy Osbourne's pyrotechnician, ex-pyro.
Right.
X for a reason.
Is that the one where it was?
He burned up the ceiling of the studio. It'd be like burning up the ceiling here. And then you got these musicians that are all poor, ain't got no money.
Right.
And the guy spent all his money recording. So they kept that video for, 17 years. They called it the Lost Cliff Burton tapes because no one could buy it back. No one had the money.
Who had it?
God, I don't remember. Mike knows it. He sued him and got it back. I've got the lawsuit on paper, and it's interesting to read the whole thing, what was said and done.
Right.
But we got the rights back to it. You can go on YouTube anytime and type in Trauma with Cliff Burton, and the 3 songs that show up. Very low budget, but it's fun to watch.
Of course. I think I did watch it a couple times. Man, isn't it with a police car at the beginning?
Yes.
Or so? Yes. I've watched that numerous times.
And that was tough because, you know, at that session, they lost our audio.
While you were playing?
No, after we were done. They went to mix everything, and there was no audio. So it's like, well, here's what we'll do. We'll put a TV monitor in front of each musician, and you get to watch the video, and you got to play to it. And re-record all the video. Usually it's the other way around.
Yeah, exactly.
You dub it. You know, but no, if you look at that video real close, you'll see my crouch to come down and my hand's almost there. You know, it was tough. Probably the toughest thing I've ever had to record in my life.
Wow.
But it's out there.
Right.
You know,
it is out there.
It's out there.
So when you guys were a band, you played a lot of shows, and Cliff, we all knew that Cliff was special.
Yes.
You know, I mean, I've never seen a person do his hair like that and never missing a note. He was.
Right.
So then how did he join? How did he get in? There's different stories what I've heard. How did he get into Metallica? Metallica came to him because they used to. They were in L.A.
The story I heard was Tony Van Litt, our manager, actually asked Lars and
James
to come watch us shoot the video. I don't know why. I don't know what his intent was. But I mean, I don't know if I'm right or wrong. But that's a story I remember. It's 45 years ago.
Yes, I understand.
So that's the story I remember. And then we were playing the Troubadour, and then they approached Cliff at one time, which I don't know when, but they approached him shortly after those two meetings and propositioned him. And at that time, Trauma wanted to get out there and just be glam like the next Motley Crue. You know, Motley Crue was just coming up, and
absolutely, and you were right there, and
we
you
were
guys
right
right
on
there.
Their coattail.
Absolutely.
You know, we probably could have opened for them, and they wouldn't tell us apart except for they wore more makeup than we did.
Yeah, exactly. Man, they were
But
way
and then Cliff,
makeup, man.
Cliff wanted to go in the direction. He wanted to get into more of that speed and thrash because of his style. You know, we had a few songs, or some of our originals. He was able to really do a sing. One of the songs on that video, he does a really creative
solo.
bass solo.
Yes, yes.
That's after I do my solo with my sticks on fire.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's cool too, man. How did you light them up? I've often wondered that.
I got white cotton tenor sticks with the big cotton balls on the end and soak them in a can of lard fluid for a while. And then hit them with the match until when the flame starts to dwindle and go out, that's when the solo's done. Throw them in a bucket of water, grab my wood sticks, and continue the solo.
Wow. Wow.
But I actually made some bombs to put on top of my cymbals, and it was good for 90% of the time until I burned all the hair off my arms and
I was
face.
just going to say, did you ever get burnt or anything like that?
I didn't burn my skin, but I took all the hair off everything I had at the Keystone Berkeley. I ran out of flash powder, and I used rifle powder.
Oh, shit.
Dude, I'm a
lucky
city boy, rock and roller. I don't know what rifle powder is. So I put a big old wad of it in this flash paper. And when I hit it with the flames, it exploded on me.
Exactly.
The flames didn't
it's like
burn
guns.
out. They burned out. And I had flash burns in my eyes. And the trademark was, right after I do my wooden stick solo, after the flaming solo, I do a drum roll for Cliff Burton. And it comes right in his solo, and I was blind.
You couldn't see.
I was seeing dots. But I have my sticks, and
You're lucky. He's really lucky.
I was lucky. It took about maybe 2 minutes of his solo before I started seeing again. And the crowd, they're just going crazy. They just love more. It's like, real quick. I think that might have been the last time I did the flames.
Wow. So when Cliff actually left, that was kind of like, that was really sad that he left, right?
Yeah.
Or, I mean,
well, they actually gave him an ultimatum, or he gave them an ultimatum.
Oh.
He said, I'll join your band
if you come up here.
Come to the San Francisco area. So they did. And that was it.
Then they started, history. And then they were recording down here on Clawwitter, right? They started recording.
I don't know.
Because that's where we were rehearsing, and one day I seen all this Metallica, and that was right after.
Yeah, I don't know about.
They were nice, and then my bass player. Then when Cliff left, they were doing auditions, and my Tony Kateras, who played with Timothy English in his band, and they auditioned him, and he said they played on E major for an hour, just riffing. Just, you know how those guys are. They're just riffing, you know.
Yeah.
I love Metallica. I think it's great. He was on 2 of their albums, am I correct? The first 2 or 1?
No, at least 2. Master of Puppets was one. I think he was on the other one. I'm not positive.
I think it was both. I think the first 2. Does he get any money back, or did the family get any, or
His
Connie?
estate does.
His estate. So he still has. Connie does, and
Connie don't.
Oh, Connie does.
No, the dad had remarried, and then the dad had passed, so everything went to his married wife, which would be Connie's stepmother and Cliff's stepmother, and they have a daughter, not relation by blood to Cliff or Connie, but they get everything. Connie gets nothing.
Nothing.
You know, until, if the mom passes, who knows what will happen later. Maybe she'll go afterward. Maybe she has a right to. She's the only sibling of that money. But it goes down the family, goes right to wife. And her estate, and it becomes her estate. So I don't know how it works.
Well, that's sad.
It is
that's
sad.
That's sad, is because you should be.
She was his biggest fan.
Still is.
Still is.
Still is.
Always will be.
It always will be. So when after you got out of that band, when you stopped playing with your guys, and then you came back with Trauma, right? You stayed with Trauma still after that.
When Cliff left, I went knocking on Johnny's door like I said I would. I started playing with Johnny Perillo again, and we became Full Impact.
Oh. At the house over in Castro Valley? Or
yes.
On that little shed?
Yes.
Still?
And then in 91, we'd only played for a little bit, then we stopped. In 91, he asked me to go into the studio with him, and we went in Neil Sean's warehouse in Alameda.
Alameda.
That doubles as a recording studio. And we recorded 3 songs in there, and that's when we were in like the Dokken era. Those songs were really rich with Johnny.
Do you have any of those left?
Oh yeah.
That's what we should have brought one or something
Oh
like
man,
that. You know,
I'll send you. And I've got one of the library. Magnum put out a flip side
CD?
demo too. It was gonna be a 45 of 1976. Okay.
Oh yeah.
CDs weren't there yet.
Yeah.
But I've got everything I recorded with Johnny, from Magnum to Full Impact, and
he was such a great player.
Oh man.
And he's such a sweetheart. You know, I was when he married his girlfriend, that girl, and we were all up in Tahoe. I was his best man, and I was asking Dana, why ain't you? Well, I mean, me and John had a good relationship, but one day he goes, because I really didn't understand that blonde too much. I didn't want to be by her. She was bad news because she was around with, I don't want to mention other names, but it was kind of strange. You know what I mean? It's just, and then we went into our own little areas of playing music and stuff like that. But I always asked Dana, I said, Dana, because Dana, and seeing Dana at the show last year, it stunned me. I was like, holy shit, give me a hug, man. We were both hugging, man. It was like, you know, like a family reunion for a moment, you know, and yeah, we could talk off on that. So you got recordings of them. Do you still have recordings with Cliff still, or just the?
Yeah, I've got a demo that I've created myself. It's a 5-song
of just
CD of just with Cliff, just Trauma with Cliff. From my personal cassette library. I took him to professional studio, and he got all the hits out, and I got a nice 5-song demo. Every Cliff Burton day, I bring 10 or 20 and just pass them out. Got our picture on it. I just hand them out for free. I don't have a license to sell them. I don't have permission.
Right.
You know, 2 of them are already passed.
Right.
But I can give away anything I want.
That's
out
right.
of my private library.
That's
so
right.
I just go out there and give them out. I look at the guy that's got the biggest, you know, Cliff Burton shirt on, or all rocked out in my hair. You want this? Oh yeah.
So how many Cliff Burton shows have been done over there now? How many years you guys have been doing that?
I know it was before COVID, because for 2 years they went virtual.
Wow.
I think 19 and 20. They may have started in 18, but I remember that 2 of them went virtual. But I think the very first one was in Castro Valley, and I took Dennis. She didn't go with me. I took Dennis, my son, my youngest.
Oh, he's a great guy.
And that's when I saw when I saw Mick Jones for the first time in 20 years. Donnie was actually alive. Donnie was there, and I don't think George made it. Mike might have made it, but we weren't. I don't think we all made it. But it was at the School of Rock. It was right there when you get off on Castro Valley Boulevard.
Right.
As soon as you get off, boom. That was the very first Cliff Burton day.
Wow.
And it was standing room only.
Of course, man. He has a huge.
Yeah, it was a huge turnout. Then they had another one, and it went virtual for a couple years.
A lot of people are. You see a lot of people. You can see guys from Forbidden were there at different shows with them. They all respect him. They all respect. I shouldn't just say Cliff. They respect you and the band that was there. Some of the stuff that when you guys, I seen you guys once play, and I'm just going like, the bass player was so different, but your sound was so big. You know, those shows at the Plunge. I don't even know if it's still there. I think I don't know. But back in the day, you know how you just go right through there and it's right there.
Yep.
You know, it's like the stand is there, and there. I think everybody played there once or twice.
Tennis court and walk right up to the grass.
Absolutely, and it was just great memories, great times. I never seen a fight. It was always just we were like,
I never have either.
You know, it was just a good time.
You know, I played there as Magnum as well.
With John?
Yeah, yes, with John. In the first band, Magnum played there, and the pictures I got are all black and white. It's in the 70s.
That's okay.
And then, you know, I did again with Trauma. But, you know, one thing I want to add.
Sure,
the Cliff Burton Foundation, they still put out scholarships at Castro Valley High to this day.
Is that what that was?
That they were honoring some of the recipients at the Cliff Burton Day when you were there and played with us. Yes.
Right. Oh, so that was the kids, some of the kids or younger rockers there.
Yes.
Still to this day. Who takes care of that?
As far as I know.
Who takes care of that?
I think the daughter and the mother, or the daughter and somebody else. I think the daughter inherited most of the responsibilities. And she's the one that prints out the T-shirts and stuff like that, and tries to set everything up. But I think she has help with somebody. Somebody else helps do all the production. She just handles the estate part of it, I think.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, you guys were real close to being...
Too close.
Yeah. It's like, Yeah.
See, Trauma did go on after Cliff and I both left. They got another drummer and they got another guitar or a bass player, and they made Scratch and Scream and a few other albums. And apparently, Mike said they did pretty well overseas in Europe. Wasn't huge out here, but you know what? I got a copy. I bought a copy.
Good for you.
Well, they re-released it. They re-released their very first album, and they added the bonus tracks that are on the video.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they added. Then that was with me and with Cliff. So they added on Trauma's
The
first
real
album,
first,
they,
right.
They added the 3 bonus tracks to it.
Wow.
I had to sign off on that one back in 2011.
With them.
Yeah.
So do you talk to them at all? Or, I mean, talk to Michael at all?
I do here and there. I'd probably talk to George more.
Still?
Yeah, every now and then. You know,
He's an interesting
we
fellow.
Say, Happy Thanksgiving, Merry
Oh,
Christmas,
yeah,
and
there
all
you
that
go.
every
There
year.
you go. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then, you know, we got to get together. We got to have lunch. Go to the canyon or something. He says, yeah, sure. Yeah, give me a call. You know, we'll do that. And it hasn't happened yet, but we still talk about it.
That's good.
It might happen.
Well, so what is your direction now? What are you doing now?
Right now, I'm restructuring my band Sugar Sticks. And that's SCHU with the omelet. GARSTIXX.
Okay.
I tried to get it the regular way, and the guy's going, no, that's too femme. That's too femme. So he pulls out this German thing, and yeah, that's cool. You guys like that? We'll take it. Because my nickname from my guitar player that was with me when I was in Maryland's Ghost, the country thing, I did that for about 3 years. The lead singer, he always called me Sugar. Hey, Sugar Sticks, what's going on? And that name just stuck.
Right.
So we just named the band Sugar Sticks.
Oh, that's so cool.
And we did well for 2 years. I mean, we just played our area out there, the Modesto. We played Twain Harte every other weekend at 2 different clubs out there, and we had a blast.
Really?
And we kind of just, at that time, decided we weren't all going in the same direction and kind of just went our own ways.
How many pieces did you have in the band?
We had 2 guitar players, and they both sang, bass and myself.
Oh, so
Just a 4-piece band.
just good.
But our genre was so different from oldies and goodies to Chris Stapleton to the blues.
Oh, you were set playing them all.
Oh, we were, and I love playing them all. Some say I was a little weak below my capabilities, and it's like, that's okay, I can breathe good now I'm playing this time, it's easy. The other ones, I got to take a breather in between.
Were you working 4 hours or 3? 2? We already played
some
1
of them
hour,
are
hour
2.
and 70 minutes.
Some of them are 2, but most of them are 3. We did occasionally do a 4-hour set, you know, with 3 15-minute breaks. You're only playing 3 hours and 15 minutes.
That's right.
And
right.
and then maybe you can stretch out one of them breaks to 20, 25 minutes.
Exactly, sure you can.
So they're barely, you know, they're barely getting 3 hours, but paying for 4.
Right.
And you know, that panned out well. But yeah.
Are you in anything now? Nothing right now?
No, I am totally restructuring right now.
Everything.
I'm clearing out a space I got at home. I got a detached building from my house. It's full of a bunch of old stuff, and I'll probably start cleaning it out in about a month when I finish remodeling my bathroom, and that's going to be my music studio. I've already got a lot of equipment. I have Marshall stack. I got a bass head. I got a full PA system, mics, bags of cords. I'm going to work on getting the rest. I want to have a complete back line where if I want to audition people, they come over there, just bring your axe.
Right.
Bring your axe and your voice.
What do you want? What kind of music do you want to do then? Or do you want to just want to do covers? Or, you know, it's just like I just finished reading a book about the Beatles. They were a cover band. You know, everybody was a cover band like that.
I like originals, but it takes so long to collaborate and get the originals and get all the pieces together. To get yourself out there, there's a lot of different genres of covers. I want to move above what Sugar Sticks was doing before. Sometimes I think about just being the Sugar Sticks blues band, but I might get bored in that. You know, unless we throw a lot of heavy blues in there, but still, I might get bored with that myself. Right. Because I just sit back there lazy on the drums. I want something I'm a big 80s hair rock guy, like Dokken, Y&T, Whitesnake. Those are my favorite dramas. Those are my favorite years with Johnny. So sometimes I see myself leaning in that. But then again, you got to put a lot of music up there if you're playing 3 hours that people have to dance to.
Yes.
So you got to jump back into the 80s and play some of that stuff.
Absolutely.
Some of them dancing songs, some of that Leonard Skinner and you know, Sweet Home Alabama and whatever. Give Me 3 Steps, things like that. You know, the comfortable ththings. Black Crowes. There's a lot of music out there that people love to dance to. When you go to these bars, these local bars, and go watch it, you get to see what they're dancing to, and you can build around that.
Right.
And then you can. I always thought about having 2 hours of music of covers, and then doing a one solid set as a tribute band. And if I could find and I want to mix that tribute band like on my second set, do covers, do the tribute, and then go back into covers.
Like, okay, when you say tribute, what tribute band would you go after?
I had a couple. If I could find the right personnel, I would love to do a Dokken cover. But I was leaning toward like maybe something like Bad Company.
Bad Company.
Because some of their newer stuff without Paul Rogers, those are some rocking songs.
Oh yeah, they were great. I forget that. I could forget that vocalist, but he was great.
Yes,
he was
really good. I got a little too big for his britches. They went back,
they say goodbye.
They put out at least 2, maybe 3 albums that were just solid. And you mix that with their older stuff, you can pull a quick hour out of nothing but pure solid dance rock.
Mm-hmm. And that is all.
Yeah, but you gotta, like I said, I gotta find the right people. The guy that can sing it. I know I can play it.
Right.
And the bass is real basic and easy. The guitar player, I might have to find a A-lister.
A niche?
You know?
Yeah, you have to find somebody to do it right.
For that stuff. But the A-list, it's going to be with the vocals.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's...
Has to be. You should have to at least have 3 people sing. That's what Blue Voodoo did. We had 3 guys that sing.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Both guitar players sang.
Mm-hmm.
I would even settle for 2 guitars, but one in bass and the front man that takes care of the front.
And then that's
I don't mind doing that.
Right. So now you guys live where?
Riverbank.
How far is that from here? You said an hour to get out?
It's about 88 miles.
Okay. So
depending on traffic.
I'm glad you're here early, man, so that you could skate away. So when in your life, besides all of this, how is life for you? You look healthy.
Life is healthy for us. We like to live life and have fun and go out and do our thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, we're both in-home caregivers for her mother and dad.
God bless you.
Mom has dementia. Dad's going to be 91, and so we're there every day, and they actually live with us in our home.
Boy, you both are blessed.
We've got a nice big house in Riverbank. It's kind of 2 houses built into one. It works perfect. But we take care of Mom full all day and take care of Dad. Dad can still get up and do his thing, but he's slowing down a little bit.
How old is he?
Going to be 91 in September, yeah.
You better believe it.
Still gets up and gets around, you know.
Does he?
But yeah, that's our life. You know, like I said, we get and do our thing, and you know, if we have to get out and get away and go play for a night somewhere and come back late, we got people that will sit there for the night till we get back.
And help you out. So
yes,
you guys
just to
get
make
out.
Sure nothing goes wrong.
That's a beautiful thing. That's what we did with our family.
Yeah, because I don't ever.
Dementia's terrible.
I don't ever want to go play without my wife on my backside right there.
Oh man, that's
she's been my
she's
support.
your background.
She's been my support
she is your,
since day one for over 35 years of marriage. Without her in my corner, I probably wouldn't be playing a lot of things I have been.
That's the beautiful part about her.
Yes.
You're a great lady, Esther. You want to come on? You want to come on the set for a moment? Do you want to come on? Here, let me fix your little. Let me here. Come right here. I'm gonna sit up. You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, because you're a great lady. I just want to say, hey, thank you for bringing him here. I mean, he brought himself here with you, but I mean, you're such a great lady, and you're so positive, and God bless you with your parents too, man. I mean, that's the best thing you could do right now, ever. You know.
You got to see she did just about all my booking. 98% of the booking for Sugar Sticks.
See?
Yeah, her and I together, and she went out there, she found us, she dated us, she put it in our calendar. I think we only got 2 gigs from the rest of the guys in the whole band.
But you're not playing immediate now?
No.
No.
No, but I want to.
Well, it'll come because that's in your blood.
It is in my blood. I still got a few good years left.
Right.
I ain't done yet.
Yeah, no, you're not done yet.
Done
no.
Yet.
If Ringo could play for, he's 85 now, and if he's still going, you're still going. And that's kind of interesting that it goes all the way back when you're 5 years old and you heard them songs.
Yes.
That took everybody.
And I remember something like that. Usually you don't remember a bunch of stuff, between 4 and 5. But I remember picking up a couple of sticks off there, and I'm sitting on a swing set, and Tim's holding the radio, and he's doing air guitar holding the radio, and Lenny Gallegos next door, he's trying to sing, and I'm 2 sticks just going like this, like a monkey. But thought I was doing great, and I didn't know it was going to be the beginning of something.
Well, there it was.
But I had an idea.
There it was. So in closing, I want to say, man, thank you so much for being here. I consider you really one of the great drummers in this whole area. You've played with some great people, but in my mind, you always were such a great timekeeper. When I played with you, watch you doing that little special show that we did for Glyph Breton, which I appreciate what you guys did. I wish that there was just one little segment that I wish somebody else would just get away from me. And but other than that, man, you are totally,
thank you, man.
Bro, you are a great drummer. Don't let anybody, bro, you're just great. And it's just, you're just a monster behind there. You know, I mean,
thank you, man.
You know, and It's just, I'm glad I could get you on because it means so much to me, but your family too. Now they see you, who you are, and even more, you know, telling the stories.
You, my brother.
Yeah,
Appreciate
and
it.
I thank you too. So once again, what we normally do at the end, we like to thank everybody that has taken us so popular. I like to thank everybody that's here. I also like to thank Esther, and of course, the great himself right here, man. Is just being here. It's just fabulous. God bless you, brother. And we'll see each other real soon.
Okay.
Peace and love to everybody, man. Peace.